The Sharks hung in there against the Edmonton Oilers, but a nemesis gets them in the end. We'll break this one down. We'll break down how the Barracuda are so close to clinching and more. This is Teal Town After Dark. Good evening, everyone. It is April 11th, 2025. The Sharks lose to the Oilers 4-2, and their winless streak extends. And they may not have to lose too much longer as we welcome you to this edition of Teal Town After Dark, your live interactive Sharks post-game. We do this after every single Sharks game. Why? Because we love the Sharks and like to torture ourselves. So if you want to be part of the show, chat with us and fellow hockey fans all over the world and in Sharks territory on the YouTube page or the app. You can also follow us on the social where Felix kicks some butt tonight on tweeting out on Twitter, Blue Sky, and Threads. Find everything at tealtownusa.com. If you want to support the pod, you can do it so live through a YouTube super chat, or you can hit us up on Venmo at tealtownusa. Of course, if you're watching us on the replay, by all means, leave a comment down below and tell you what you thought of tonight's game. What we will tell you is good evening to Mr. Ian Reed.
Hello. I have to try and I have to find some energy, man. I am like,
come on.
I know. I gotta find it. I'm gonna find it.
Come on. We're about 20 minutes away from a playoff spot being clinched in San Jose. Alrighty then.
Is it a point? Like it's all you need is a point.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what Bakersfield does.
It doesn't matter what Bakersfield does, okay. And in fact, I think they're winning 4-0.
They're winning 4-0 right now. So I was curious about that. If we're clinching, what are we doing? I don't know anything, man.
That's coming up on another special edition of Barry. No, I'm kidding. I wouldn't do that to Ian. Ian's like, I'm ready to go to bed. And so is this.
I'm an old man. This is the worst.
You were not an old man. Old. I'm older than you. You're fine. Stop it. Just because you're 31 and I'm 29, that's I've seen every season in Sharks history. Don't do the math. Felix mentioning my one comment for now tonight. Can we get some better support for Macklin? LOL. Tonight showed a lot of promise for him on basically an AHL roster at LOL.
Yeah. Look at they have to do something next, like this summer. They have to take a step next year. I am going to continue hitting this drum. I know people want them to just tank and get all the draft picks forever, but the teams that tank and get all the draft picks forever, like you have to take a step forward at some point. I think that they need to take a not a huge step. I'm not saying like, again, it's like people always get asked like, oh, you think they have to go for the playoff? No, man, they just can't be dead last next year.
Yeah,
that's it. Like, I'm not asking for fucking playoffs. I just want them to take a step.
Oh, I get it. And in fact, this is an interesting tweet that just came out from statboy_Steven, obviously an Oilers fan. Sharks Barclay Goodrow misses the playoffs for the first time in his NHL career. With the win tonight for the Oilers clinch a playoff spot. Jeff Skinner reaches the playoffs for the first time in his career. Yeah,
that's crazy. Like, fuck.
That's crazy.
that is brutal, man. Like, to go that long without, because he won the Calder the same year that Couture was up for it, right?
Right.
So, I mean, like, yeah, imagine that. Imagine all that time and not playing a single playoff game. Like, geez, Louise.
And you thought you would have gotten one in with Carolina, but I guess not. Unfortunately, he was with Buffalo for a while too. So
yeah, being on Buffalo is not a good way to make the playoffs. Obviously, that's a little antithetical.
Not wrong there,
but yeah, no, I mean, I'm excited for him, man, because you always see this, like, every once in a while. There's this guy that just seems to never make the playoffs. I just hope he has like a good playoff, to
Right.
spend all that time to finally get in, and I just hope it works out for him. Because, like, I remember, like, for a long time, like, remember, this is going way back, but remember, like, Ole Jokinen played forever without playing in the playoffs, but he's kind of shit in the playoffs too. It was kind of like, oh, I was whatever, you know what I mean? Like, just to spend all that time, and then I just hope he has a good playoff, man. Because I think when you've played in this league as long as Jeff Skinner, you probably should get some playoff games in. Jesus Christ.
And he finally will. Who knows if I almost want to say the Kings are getting close to having home ice, but Edmonton still has something to play for.
Yeah.
In there. I mean, Edmonton with the win that gets, are these updated or not? Come on, NHL.com. Help me out here.
Yeah, really.
Yeah, no, it is now updated. Edmonton with 97 points. LA with a game in hand and 99 points. So,
yeah, and they've been really good. Like, the Kings are, I think they're 7-3-0 in their last 10.
Crazy record at home too.
Yeah, silly record at home. Absolutely dumb. At not Staples Center.
Yeah, at not Staples Center. Come on, the crypt. I don't know. Still sounds weird. Apologies, allergies have been wreaking havoc.
Yeah, it's fine
in NorCal. But let's.
Can I want to say something here in the chat, just because I'm just going to go into the chat here quick. And Gavin McKenna is really good, and you know who's going to be good after that? Landon Dupont. And you know what's going to happen after that? There's going to be another guy, and he's going to be really good too. This is why, like, I rebuilds are dangerous, right? Because there's always going to be another guy next year, and then the year after that, and then the year after that. Like, there's always going to be another guy.
Just trying to see if anything noteworthy comes out of the press conference there. My apologies on that. But yeah, I mean, you can't just go on and on, about it. I mean, Morocco saying, I don't expect playoffs, but I don't want to be talking about Gavin McKenna.
But I don't want to be talking about Gavin McKenna in October. Like, I don't want to, like, our first season, like, we start the new season of After Dark, and it's like, let's talk about the draft, because that's basically what we've done the last 2 years, right? Like, It's been, you need great players to get a rebuild. They have great players.
Yeah. They have great players.
The problem is, they do need great players. The problem is when you just get in love with accumulating great players and you don't take a step forward.
Right.
That's the problem, right? Like, again, would Gavin McKenna be awesome? Yes. If the Sharks suck next year and they get Gavin McKenna, would I be 100% jacked? Yeah, obviously. But again, like, there'll be another guy the year after that, and the year after that, and the year after that, and the year after that. It's time to take a step.
Yeah, it is. And Felix mentioning, according to Tommy Wingles in an interview with Brody Brazil, the rebuild is done. So I guess we'll see this off season. Yeah, I mean, it's time to get going. You have to get going to keep any sort of relevance in the Bay Area.
Wasn't it 2 seasons ago? Was it this season or was it last season when like the season opener on the thing, like, the rebuild's over, it's time to fucking go?
It's probably us because
no, it was on the broadcast. I just don't remember what year. I don't remember if it was this year or last year. I think it was last year, because this year last year I would have seen more Shark streams. But yeah, like, one of the I think the rebuild types I've heard, like, the rebuild's been over for 3 years, according to the organization or those who speak for it.
It remains to be seen. We'll be here all summer, believe it or not. Waiting for
someone help me in the chat. Like, tell me if tell me in the chat if it was this year or last year that they opened the thing. I feel like it was last year. The rebuild's over. It's time to fucking go. They didn't say that, obviously, because
I want to say it's that. Right now, yes, the CUDA. I'm late tonight. It's expected. CUDA update. Yes, they are tied 1-1 with. Excuse me, it's not the Barracuda tonight. It's Tigres del Mar. Sorry. they are tied 1-1 with the Ontario Reign. Bakersfield is up 4-0 on San Diego. What amounts to is any point that the CUDA get or the Condors basically squander, clinches a Calder Cup playoff spot for the San Jose Barracuda for the first time since 2019. They did get into that weird 2021 Pacific Division playoff last year. So, Chris, good to see you, bud. Let's
So
fucking go. We gotta fuck shit up real real quote.
that's
Totally.
that's 100% a quote from my career. I can confirm.
Musty and Chernishoff playing?
Not
No,
playing tonight. No, not tonight.
no.
And they started Carrier tonight, so like tomorrow could be fun because if Carrier is starting tonight, you have to imagine Askarov's probably starting tomorrow. I don't know if Chernyshov's going to draw in tomorrow, but I think Musty might. So you're going to have Askarov in net, Musty probably being there. Like it's going to be fun.
Yeah.
I am looking forward to that. They better. One of them has to get in the lineup. I know what I read today was basically they're just saying they want to give Chernyshov a little more time to get some practices in and just kind of system stuff, which makes sense, especially when you're trying to clinch a playoff spot. So I don't know. It's going to be interesting. I hope one of them plays tomorrow. I'd be ecstatic if both of them play and with Askarov tomorrow. Like that would be some fully operational Death Star shit.
Right. And 3 games left for the CUDA as it's after tonight. They have the game Saturday. That's a 6 p.m. start if you're going to be watching it on Flow Hockey against Ontario. And then a pair of games in Calgary to finish it up next Friday at noon. And then a Sunday game on April 20th, Easter at noon. So interesting one on that. What is the Sharks' magic number now? 1. So Chicago plays, I believe, Winnipeg tomorrow. If they can pick up, yeah, I know. If you're a betting man on that one, don't or bet for Winnipeg. But I mean, any point gained by the Hawks, any loss or pretty much any loss by the Sharks now will clinch the top odds for the Sharks in the 2025 draft lottery. With that, let's kind of just go over the game. I know we've kind of been a little all over the place, but
there was a game tonight.
There was a game tonight. The Oilers needed this game, even though their team seems to be a freaking mash unit to clinch a playoff spot. I have a graphic I grabbed from the from Sportsnet in a sec, but Bouchard. There are some mixed comments in the chat about wanting to keep away from Evan Bouchard, but the Bouch bomb, which is what I heard on both broadcasts tonight, got things going on a power play goal, 1-0. Ty Emberson gets his first goal as a Edmonton Oiler because, of course, he would do it against the Sharks because, hashtag post-Teal syndrome. From McDavid and Evan Bouchard to make it 2-0. But then, of course, Will Smith continues to be in fuego ever since getting his homecoming in Boston. He gets his 18th to slice the lead in half. And I mean, I know there were some of us who were saying, yeah, maybe he should go down to the CUDA for a little bit, but doing quite the opposite of sorts of college kids.
He's been the best. Like I keep saying this, and I'm gonna keep saying it. He's been the best Shark since what? I guess Four Nations. We ought to call Four Nations kind of like the weird halfway point. Like he's been the best Shark since Four Nations.
Yeah,
and it's not even close. Maybe it's close because I think Macklin Celebrini obviously has done Macklin Celebrini thing, but I think Will Smith has been the best Shark in the second half. Period. Yeah. With all due respect to Macklin Celebrini, who's obviously been good.
Yeah, I mean he's been pretty phenomenal for it. And great shot, by the way. That was a great.
Well, that's it, right? Like and with him, it's confidence.
Yeah.
I think that was it's amazing what confidence can do for a player, and he's obviously found that going, as the season's progressed. I don't think he was very confident to start the season, like you said, earlier in the season, way earlier in the season. At this point now, it feels like an eternity ago. But there was a Huck's like, oh man, did the Sharks make the right choice? Did he make the right choice leaving college? Should he have stayed in college for another year? Like, did we fuck this up? And now, I mean, you can see the confidence, because like that, like the shot that he has is so ridiculous when he's going. And I mean, like, I don't know another way to describe the goal. Like, it was just such a ridiculous goal. It was ridiculous, man. The shot was ridiculous. It's awesome.
And I believe it went through like Picard's armpit, so like the 7 hole there. I mean, it was just ridiculous to make that 2-1, and you're thinking, okay, they got through that storm and everything, and you're like,
Yeah.
okay, we'll be fine, hunky dory, and oh sure, now it wants to load for me. That's great. Here, hey, for those watching, there you go. There's the Will Smith goal. But yeah, I mean, that shot's
the shot's stupid.
It's just crazy, right?
It's crazy. Again, he's feeling it. I love a confident Will Smith. Is there certain things in Will Smith's game that I think I still would like to see more of. Like, I think he does need to be harder on pucks. I think like when he's not shooting the puck, I do think he gives up on plays a little too early. Still, like, there's still things that obviously he's going to have to refine in his game, but you can tell he's feeling. I mean, what does he have? Like, he has 1 million goals, I feel like, in the last few games.
Yeah, I think he's got like 5 goals in the last 6 games.
Something stupid.
Something crazy like that. So, I mean, honestly, both Smith and Celebrity should get at least one of them should get 3-star honors this weekend. I mean, it just seems like they've been on a great stretch there. Mm-hmm. So that cut the lead down to 1, and the Sharks hung in there. They played. I thought they played well in the second period, and throwing pucks on the net. Good things you'll get. Henry Thrun gets his second of the season, and just
but Cam Lund's the reason. Like, I credit to Henry Thrun, but like Cam Lund is the reason this puck goes in. Like, Cam Lund, to me, like, it's unfortunate that he's not able to get his stick on that, because his work, like getting the inside position there, because watch what he does. Like, he gets the inside position on Darnell Nurse, which obviously helps, but he does it without interfering with Calvin Pickard, right? And I think that, like, it's a nice in front of the net battle. And he gets inside position on Darnell Nurse, so he's gonna either, like, this puck's going in, or Darnell Nurse is gonna have to take a penalty. And he does it without making contact with Calvin Pickard. Like, Cam Lund, I like Cam Lund a lot. I think the line that he's been on has not been fantastic, unfortunately, but I really like Cam Lund. I think he's good, right? And I'm excited to see what he kind of does next year when he has like when he gets a training camp and gets to start basically trying to make an adjustment to the pro game full time. Like, obviously he's coming off of playing college, and I think he's done all right, but I do want to see Cam Lund, what he looks like with a full training camp and kind of getting used to the whole being a pro thing.
Yeah, a lot of these college kids, or these junior kids, it's going to be really nice to see when they get everything, like wherever it's development camp, which I think some of these kids will probably play in Lakeland and such. But you also see whoever the Sharks draft as well, but also get through that camp. Yeah, like you said, and then get through a full preseason, get the whole mindset, not just being rushed into it, which I get why Lusty and Chernyshov aren't here or aren't playing tonight. So I get that. But once they get the full realm, I think that's where the expectations will start to come up, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I think, and the thing with Chernyshov, Musty, I don't mind them not going to the Sharks right away. I think, like, look, the Barracuda are going to play meaningful games now. They're going to make the playoffs. there's like, again, there's no way around it. They get a point tonight, or the second Bakersfield loses, like they're in. So I mean, like, they're gonna play meaningful games, and it's gonna be nice to have, to get Musty and Chernyshov that experience playing pro. I mean, Chernyshov already has kind of some of that experience because he did play over in Russia, so I'm sure he's probably had some, their system over there is different, obviously, but he has some. I believe he has some KHL experience. Let me go check before
You got
I just
that.
talk
I'll
out of
look.
my ass.
You're good. I will look at the chat as you're doing that. A guy and his dogs. It's very possible Sharks have 2 20-goal rookies. I mean,
Yeah.
Will Smith can get a couple more. I would love for Toffoli to get 30.
Yeah, so
Chernyshov
played last year in the KHL, 34 games in the KHL, and then 22 games in the lower thing. So I mean, like, he's had a taste of the pro game, but obviously it's a different game over here in North America.
So that made it 2-2. Unfortunately, the Sharks would give up a power play goal in the third. Frickin' Corey Perry.
Yeah, I mean, but the problem here is, like, the Sharks, like, they can't kill a penalty. And for a team that can't kill a penalty, man, do they like taking them.
Exactly.
Like, you know what I mean? I do want to highlight, I think, Georgi Romanov. I don't really hate any of the goals that went on him tonight. I think the first one was a deflection. Corey Perry kind of getting in close there. I mean, defenseman needs to not let him do that, obviously. So I don't know, man. Like, I thought, again, I thought he battled. I thought he looked good. I thought he battled. I think he gave the Sharks a chance he gave them a chance to hang in this game. Like,
right.
They got, I think they're outshot by almost double for most of the game until, like, the end a little bit, when kind of score effects kind of kick in after they got the lead. But I mean, the Georgi Romanov gave them a chance to be in this game. So we should probably say hi to him.
No, absolutely. I mean, 30 saves on the night, 909 save percentage. You can't go wrong with that. Now, mind you, I mean, this Oilers team was missing, a boatload of people tonight. Not the least of which having guys go down during the game. You had Matthias Ekholm return, and he got hurt. Then you had Zach Hyman go down. I mean, this graphic came. Oh, of course, darn you. Then you had Hyman go down. Not the least of which Evander Kane. I mean, I love it when it doesn't want to work. Yay! But Drysdale with lower body, Nugent Hopkins with illness.
Yeah,
Trent Frederick probably not going to play until
yeah.
Evander Kane with the hernia in the knee. Former Shark Jake Wallman didn't play. They haven't said anything about that. What, Teal curtain over there? What the hell? John Klingberg. I totally forgot they had John Klingberg. Ekholm left in the first. Hyman left in the second. I mean, they're banged up. They're probably glad that they've clinched the playoff spot. And honestly,
there's a couple of teams where I have, like, some serious questions going into the playoffs just based on how banged up they are. Edmonton's one of them, but you think Edmonton being a team that had Edmonton being a team that's gone into gone to the Stanley Cup final last year, Game 7, all that stuff. Like, so you kind of give them a little bit of, they'll probably figure it out. But, like, New Jersey's another team where I'm like, they feel like dead men walking based on the injuries they have. I don't know, man. Yeah. Did we get Rob's last super chat?
No, I haven't been able to get to them, but let me do them both here. Rob, thank you very much. Yes. Of course, super chats go to help support the pod, keep the lights on, and that way, we still can afford our Coke Zeros, I guess, or Pepsi Zeros. Rob saying, bad news is most of the Blue Line's under contract next season. Good news is that Ferraro and Vlasic are entering their final year. We should also mention, while we've been off the air, Mario Ferraro took that block shot and was hobbling off
broke
the
his
ice.
ankle.
He is done for the year.
Yeah, broken ankle.
Broken ankle on there. Vlasic entering his final year. We'll see how that goes. Rob also chiming in again. I want to see Romanov get starts with the CUDA next season. I want to know if he can at least be a true third string goalie.
I wonder. It's interesting, right? Because I think Yuri Romanov is a guy whose contract's up. So I wonder if the Sharks have seen enough that they even bring him back. I don't know. Again, I don't know. I'm not saying like he's been bad, but like I don't know if he's shown enough that, because obviously they're gonna have Gabe Carrier down there. I mean, Gabe Carrier and Romanov next year wouldn't be a terrible tandem. I just wonder if they, if they find a free agent that wants to come in and and then you have a very crowded crease again.
You don't think they would get crazy to maybe have Romanov and Askarov with the Sharks next year?
No, not a fucking chance.
Okay.
I want to hit this comment here because future consideration saying, other than Eklund, a rebuild is mainly 2 years of asset accumulation. Is that really enough to rebuild a whole team? Rebuild needs patience. Again, like here's the thing, right? Did Philip Beasted just score?
Did he?
Oh, it was Regenda. Anyway, 2-1 Barracuda. Here's the thing, right? I think that, like, again, people, you can rebuild. You don't have to rebuild by getting just consecutive first round picks, right? Like at some point you have to, like, again, I'm not saying that the Sharks shouldn't be a lottery team next year. I just think they should be better. So you're still going to be in the lottery, right? And I think that, like, you can still get good players in the first round. You don't have to draft first overall to get a good player. It's like, it's not a zero sum game. But I think like the Sharks have got a lot of interesting pieces so far. Yeah, they're going to add to that, obviously. And again, I think this is going to be a lottery team next year, probably. So you're still going to be getting you're still going to be adding players to that mix.
Right.
But I don't know. That's my opinion. Like, you don't have to draft first overall forever. Like, that's to ask Buffalo how that's worked.
Right. And that's the thing, is that you want asset accumulation, which has been nice, and I get that you guys want to have some more, but at the same time, like I said, it's time to turn the corner too.
Yeah, I want to see a step next year. Like, I know, and Rob was talking about the blue line. I've made this point too, that like it's like you want to see a step forward. But I think, again, like, as much as I like to clown on things and be like, everything's terrible, there's more ways. Like, you can sign a guy and then trade a guy. Like, I just because the blue line is signed next year doesn't mean that's the blue line that's going to start the season.
Right. And again, steps, not leaps.
I'm not asking for, like, again, I'm not asking for fucking playoffs, man. I just don't think, like, if you're going to bring Askarov up, which obviously should be the plan next year, that Askarov should get an opportunity to be the starter with like a veteran guy to back him up. Do you really want that blue line in front of them? No, God, no, fuck no. Like, we got to do something else. I want to get this one too. Net for Presidents. This is something that
that's what I was waiting for you to get to.
Yeah. So, thoughts on the Sharks aiming at Isaac Howard, since it sounds like Tampa is looking to. Yeah. So Isaac Howard is going back for he just won the Hobie Baker today, I believe. And he is a Tampa Bay Lightning draft pick, but he is going back to his 4th year of college. And for those that don't know, if you play 4 years of college and you do not sign, you basically become an unrestricted free agent by August 15th so he'd be not this summer coming, but the next summer, on August 15th, he has potential to become an unrestricted free agent. So he could sign basically with anyone. It'd be an interesting thing if the Sharks could do it, but because of the risk there that, like, he could play his whole, because you can't sign him obviously while he's in college. so there's a risk there, obviously, right? If Mike Greer was to go to make a play for him, like you would have to make sure that this guy is 100% committing to coming after his if he starts playing college, like if he ends up going back for his next year in college, like you'd have to make for sure that you could get pen to paper, or you can't trade too much for him.
Yeah,
if that makes sense. I think that's
I get that. I'm just curious what other steps, because those are those little things that that Mike Greer kind of goes after. Like, Colin Graff was a diamond in a rough, and look what he's done with the Sharks and the Cuda.
Yeah.
To do that,
I think if you can go, and I don't know if there's like a someone could have college hockey is still, there's things about college hockey that I just don't know, because it's not my jam, because obviously it's not something that I follow very closely. I'm more of like, obviously I've watched junior hockey up here, but college hockey is hard to watch up here in Canada. So I don't really like, it's something that I've never really been able to like super get into. I don't know if there's like a deadline where they have to say, if they say they're going back. Like, I don't know if this is a trade that could happen like somewhere in the summer, and then he could be like, no, actually I'm coming back. Like, I don't know if there's like a deadline where he has to commit by. Someone can hit me up in the chat with that. That would be amazing. So I don't know, like if this is a situation where like Isaac Howard, like you could make a trade for him, let's say in July, and then he puts pen to paper, right? Like, I don't know if that's how that works or not. If that could work that way, rather. There's some things about college hockey I don't know, and that's fine.
All I'm saying is, you have a tough time watching college hockey. You know how much time it is to find the pirate stream of an OHL game? Only playing with you. But so to finish up, the Edmonton Oilers at an empty netter would be 4-2 the final. Sharks have lost 8 in a row. I don't think they've won since the Leafs game. So Steve Dangle, if you're watching, we need you to come back down.
Yeah,
that'd be great. Be fun. But it's tough to see. But let's get the tankathon up here just to see the standings at the very least, because it is getting close to a clinching of last place.
Yeah, but then you got to remember, it's still a fucking lottery.
Exactly. It is still a lottery. So 3 games left. The Sharks' maximum would be 57. So basically, and they can't catch Chicago in regulation wins. So basically, Chicago picks up a point, and that's it.
That's it.
So we'll see what happens. Chicago plays Winnipeg at noon tomorrow. Then the Sharks will play at 5 p.m. Against Calgary. So, of course, that is a Pucknologist takeover of After Dark. The guys will be on. Ian and AJ. I believe AJ's at the Barracuda game right now. So, AJ, if you're watching from Fireball Cove, hi. Good to see you. But it just takes one, and the Sharks will have the best odds for the draft if they win the first overall pick. They still haven't won a lottery, which still boggles my mind.
But it's the way it's supposed to work. If you just, it's when you move up, it's the wording in it. You move up, right? So roll the dice.
Roll the dice. Philly gets that first one.
The worst.
Okay. And Nashville, Boston.
Gross. Fucking more cursed than when I do it.
Come on. Oh my God.
Oh no.
Having the Rangers. Dear Lord. Okay, 2 more times. That's better. I'll take Columbus moving up 10 spots in Philly.
Yeah, man.
And
I feel like you know what? That's the one thing this season that's kind of sad, is because Columbus was kind of going like, I don't think they were going to do anything if they made the playoffs, but I am kind of disappointed that they kind of fell out of it late, because I think it's been one of the best stories of the season.
Yeah. No, it's It sucks, but
I hate seeing the Bruins. I hate the fucking Bruins, man. I loathe the Bruins so much. And it's for no reason. Well, it's there is a reason, but it's a dumb reason, right? Because I'm gonna date myself again. I was a hockey fan before there were San Jose Sharks. And at that time, I cheered for the Montreal Canadiens because my dad cheered for the Montreal Canadiens. And the Montreal Canadiens hate the fucking Boston Bruins. And to this day, I still hate the Boston Bruins. And it's like completely whatever because they're over in the other conference and they really don't matter. But man, I can't. I hate them. I can't let it go.
No, I don't blame you. I don't blame you on that. I mean, Boston Montreal was one of those big classic rivalries.
Oh, you see, they play in the playoffs all the time. Patrick Waugh versus Andy Moe. Just fucking dating myself.
Oh yeah. Shush, you're fine. It'd be crazy if you said North Stars versus Nordiques. I mean, half the people that watching this may not know what that means. But kind of the Randy and Jude kind of mentioned tonight on Coach of the Year, and Drew was mentioning, Dean Evison should get some love. I can't believe, and Randy admitted that he was going to pick almost as a protest pick. John Cooper's never won the Jack Adams.
Okay.
So he's going with that. I mean, Dean Evison, John Cooper. I mean, obviously Spencer Carberry doing his thing for
anything
Caps.
that's not a vote for Spencer Carberry is a vote malpractice, in my opinion. But like, I get it, right? Like, I understand, like John Cooper. Like, obviously, it's wild that John Cooper's never won it.
That is just crazy.
It is kind of crazy. But at the same time, like, I don't know. Yeah, it's dumb that he hasn't won it, but like this year, really?
Hank Vesuvius, if the Bruins are selling, who's Greer taking?
Everyone.
You're not wrong. Geez.
I miss 89's hockey bloodbath. Yeah, man. There is something like it's unfortunate because like the reason why they went to this playoff system was to try and bring back some of that, I think.
Yeah.
And it just hasn't worked. Well, the problem, what the problem is, right? Is the wild card. The wild card fucked everything up. And I understand the wild card and I understand the reason behind it and why they did it. But the reason why those playoff series were always so crazy was because they were all divisional. Like you just played you played one of the same, two teams pretty much.
I remember. I mean, part of the reason why I think they did the wild card.
Well, because the owners had to sign off on it, right? And they didn't want like look at the Pacific Division this year, right? Do you? Oh, hey, 3-1 Barracuda.
Oh, your feet is ahead of
mine. Gushchin, I think. Yeah, Gushchin.
Oh, that was pretty though. Oh shoot, that was a beauty. Holy.
So I don't know. Like I think that was why. Like, but that's why those playoff series were so good, right? Because you knew you had to go through. Like, so for me, it was like
that's right. Go keep talking.
It was like, so watching the Habs obviously before the Sharks came in, you were playing, you're playing Quebec Nordiques or you're playing the Boston Bruins or you know what I mean? Like it was always like you knew you were going to play one of those teams or maybe both of them.
Yeah. I remember
water daggers.
Saltwater tigers. I get why they put the wild card in besides the top three in the division, because you just had like the North Stars. I think the year that they went to the Cup in '91, I think they had like 68 points.
Yeah, right, and that's the problem, right? Like you would have if you didn't have the wild card, you would have like good teams, like in the Central Division that would make the playoffs if they were in the Pacific. I get it. I understand the reason for the wild card. I mean, look at both the wild card are Central Division teams. Could you imagine like let me go look at the standings real quick so I can make sure I'm being accurate. So like, could you imagine? Yeah, so Calgary doesn't offend me as much. But even still, Calgary with 88 points, while the St. Louis Blues have 93, making the playoffs. I understand why the wild card's there. I just think that was the mistake, though. Like, to me. But you know, like I am an advocate for. I know people think I don't like 1 versus 8 because I always argue with AJ about it, but I don't care. I mean, to me, the playoffs are good because the playoffs, it doesn't really matter what the format is. I'm gonna enjoy the playoffs regardless.
Sure. No, I get it. But I also get why, like, Edmonton, LA for the 4th year. It's like, yes, but one of those years, LA is going to break through. And it's going to probably be this one.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Like, whatever. The playoffs are good because of the playoffs. I really don't care. Like, I think, yeah, 1 through 8, with obviously the caveat that the division leaders are going to get the top seeds, which is fine, whatever. The NHL got NHL. That'd be fine. Like, I don't care. Again, because the playoffs are good because of the playoffs, man. They're just.
I get you. So right now, as it stands, it's what, Winnipeg, St. Louis, Dallas, Colorado, which almost seems like a lock now. LA, Edmonton, although LA has a game in hand and Edmonton is still fighting for home ice. So there might be something to play for when these teams meet Wednesday for the final game of the season. And then Vegas and Minnesota. I don't know. I think those are all nice matchups, but I think there are a couple sweeps in there, or potential sweeps in there.
Yeah, I think Vegas fucking rolls Minnesota.
Oh, big time.
Calgary. I mean, you know what we're talking about Calgary, like, kind of not being there, but Calgary stayed alive. They got 2 big points tonight against
Minnesota.
Wild, so
yeah,
2 big points there.
Ottawa 5-2 over Montreal, so Montreal doesn't clinch tonight. Red Wings overtime keeps their season alive, sort of.
They're dead.
They're
Montreal's in. Like, I don't know, man. Like, yeah, I understand, like, mathematically it's not set yet, but like,
yeah, but
the things that would have to go wrong in Montreal for Detroit or someone to sneak in at this point is.
I'll let them collapse, and then we can have a real discussion about the Calder again. I'm kidding.
Kidding. Yeah. Fuck those guys.
It's like, where was Lane Hudson those last games? No, kidding. Somebody's gonna clip me in Montreal now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So right now in the East, right now, Toronto would get Ottawa. Battle of Alberta and a battle of Florida in round
like,
one.
This is why they went. Like, this is what the divisional system was supposed to bring. This is what we were supposed to get, right? And then, like, all, like, the good, like, I don't know. I say good rivalries, and that's very, like, Canadian bias of me, and I understand that, like, what's a cool rivalry to me is not gonna resonate with other things, but I like this. Like, this is what we were supposed to get. We're supposed to get battles of Alberta and battles of Ontario and all this stupid shit, and we haven't really gotten it because all the, like, either half of these teams or all of them were just garbage for most of this playoff format.
Oh, yeah. So Battle of Alberta, Battle of Ontario in round one. You'll have right now at the moment Washington, Montreal, which looks like it could be a sweep. And then the one series that's already guaranteed is New Jersey and Carolina. But I think New Jersey's already battered as it is as well. I
don't think New Jersey's long for this world.
So there's that. We are still keeping an update on the Barracuda. 6:19 to go in the third period. They are up 3-1. A reminder, barring Ontario scoring 3 goals before the clock hits 0, the Barracuda will clinch their first playoff spot since 2019. They will play in the playoffs for the first time since 2021. because the
Doesn't count. It's such
Pacific Division had that
nonsense.
weird one.
The
Weird year.
fucking Pacific Division for no one wanted to play in. Like, that was so dumb. Like, no one wanted to do it. All the players were pissy about it.
And I think
Did
they
they
got
even
into the
finish
second
it?
round. Yeah.
Did they finish? I don't remember. COVID's dumb.
Oh, let me look up.
Yeah, tell me if they actually finished, because I feel like they started it and it never even actually finished. Maybe it did, but
in 2021, the AHL did not have its traditional Calder Cup playoffs due to COVID-19 protocols. Instead, the Pacific Division held a postseason tournament, determined its champion, while the other 4 divisions did not play.
mm-hmm.
Trying to pull it up here. Pardon the dead air. The Cuda won both play-ins.
Mm-hmm.
Got swept in round 3 of the Pacific Division semifinals to Henderson. The Bakersfield Condors beat the Goals in 3 games, so it was a best of 3 in that format. And then Bakersfield won the Pacific Division, beating the Silver Knights 2-1. So they did finish it, but they were best of 3 series, and they had basically 3 play-in games to.
Yeah. I vaguely remember this.
I think we try to do some after darks for that. So, and rest assured, we have reached out to the Barracuda. Haven't heard yet back, but if we do have a playoffs, which are looking more and more likely, there will be some Barracuda playoff after darks for sure. Maybe live from Tech CU, but we gotta get some approvals first before we can say anything for sure. So be on the lookout for that.
That could be a thing that happens.
Yeah, we'll see how that goes. Am I hearing that right? Stanika is playing on the other team. Yes, Stanika is with the Reign for sure. So with that, let's get out of here. In case you missed anything or you want to watch this again, we appreciate if you did. Check us out on tealtownusa.com or wherever you get your podcast. The audio version will be up short. Excuse me. The audio will be up shortly. You can also like and subscribe on YouTube channel. Hit that notification bell. That lets you know when we do go on for Postgame, and if any breaking news happens. We love it. We appreciate each and every one of you of it.
Like if Alex Dela comes back, I'm doing like at least I'm doubling last show. We're doing like an hour and 40 minutes.
Yes. Oh,
if he comes out of retirement and decides to play for the Sharks, that's what's happening.
If he's named Rusanowski's permanent radio color commentator,
we're gonna
have to get him on.
Show.
We'll have to get him on. Yeah. So we'll see how it goes. Appreciate each and every one of you guys are goofing. But yeah, it'd be fun to have playoff hockey back. Oh, I don't know if I'll do a playoff beard. Those were itchy times, but it was so worth it. But we'll be doing something for sure for the Barracuda. Until then, thank you for watching. Ian, your final thoughts?
Final thoughts are when the Sharks do bad, it's good because we don't need any more points at this point. Yeah, so I don't know. Maybe we'll do something tomorrow with the Barracuda. If everyone plays, maybe we'll do something after the Barracuda game tomorrow. I'm not promising set in stone because something like we'll see what happens. Pucknologists this Sunday after the game against Calgary, is it?
Yes.
Calgary Flames. So Pucknologists will be on after that. And then, yeah, I think that's it. And after that, I think that's my last After Dark of the season, sadly.
Until Barracuda After Dark.
Well, if they can't
be on up all night long when we go into quintuple overtime.
Yeah, no, Ontario. That won't happen. Fucking hell. If the games happen on a weekend, yeah, Barracuda After Dark, I'll be there. Yeah. But yeah, I think that's it, man. That's after Sunday. Sunday will be my last after dark.
Oh
Even though
man,
I'll just take over. Sad.
sad. Well, in that case, then this is the last time I
This is
talk
my
to you.
last real after dark. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's sad.
So just a big thank you, good sir. I know your schedule changed crazy right as the season started. So
Yes.
I appreciate you jumping in while you can, especially this week for that matter too.
Yeah, there's been a
for
couple weeks where I've just been like, I'm just doing all the shows. It's gonna be fantastic.
but it's been fun. And I
Yes, I
appreciate
mean the
you.
Barracuda are gonna clinch a playoff spot, which is pretty good.
Yep.
Right?
So we'll be on in about 10 minutes to
About 10 minutes to talk about the no, we're not. I haven't watched enough of this game closely enough.
no. But we will celebrate indeed.
What happened to
And
Jules? I thought she was gonna be here tonight.
I don't know. I think I honestly don't know. I talked to her. She was I think she's still upset from her ball hockey team being eliminated in round tool. Yes. Jules is on assignment. Yes. Just like 2/3 of the Giants broadcasters, it seems already, which is crazy. But you know what? I just thought of something. So the Cuda are in their Tigres Del Mar jerseys.
Yeah.
How much you want to bet they didn't have any leftovers to make one for Chernyshov and Musty, and so they said, "Oh, we'll give."
So they couldn't play them. Sorry, guys.
Let's put that tinfoil hat back on.
Oh my god. I'm sorry, guys. We couldn't. We put the order in like 2 months ago, and we just don't have.
We expected London Sudbury.
Did have it. No, they shouldn't have expected.
Second in at least going to the third round of the OHL playoffs.
And that was dumb. Oh man, Ethan Cardwell. I love Ethan Cardwell, man. Like quieter season this year than last year, but man, I still think Ethan Cardwell is going to be a player in the NHL for a long fucking time.
I would love Cardwell and Van Roboys to get in there. I think they'd just that'd be huge for this team.
All right,
and just the tenacity. I know. We're watching. Let's get out of here. Keep
watching
it real,
the fucking game. People are just like
deal.
People watching us watch the game. I love it.
We maybe do that for Akuta overtime. So who knows? All right. Good night, everyone. See you later.